bring them home, Jews all over the world, and talks about how they're wrestling against the other people over in the Gaza Strip, different places like that. Y'all seen that? And the Gaza Strip really ain't no bigger than like this church. But for thousands of years, they've been beefing with their brother over the Gaza Strip. That's because Jacob received the blessing, but he illegally seized the birthright. And when you illegally seize something, you don't have success in it. So we fast forward back to Genesis 32, where he wrestled there with the angel. And he said, the angel said, let me go. The breaking of day is coming, let me go. And Jacob said, no. I ain't gonna let you go until you bless me. And then he asked the angel of the Lord, what's your name? The angel said, why are you asking my name? What's your name? And he said, Jacob. He said, no more shall you be called Jacob, but Israel. And he told him what his name meant. And he told him how he had strove with men and with God, but he had prevailed and that he had favor. But it's funny how it took him to chapter 37 and verse 3 for him to begin to function under Israel. All this time you'll find story after story after story where Jacob was still called Jacob and where he was blessed and his children were constantly falling into idolatry, constantly beefing with somebody. Donna got defiled. They told the men, said, well, you can have her if all y'all get circumcised. They waited until all the men in the town got circumcised. They waited till the third day. And then they rose up and killed all the people. This is what they constantly did to this day. They still wrestling because of an illegal seizure of the blessing. But Jacob wrestled because he was named supplanter. He didn't have a choice in what he was being named. And if you back up to chapter 28, 27, you'll find that when his mama told him to deceive his father, see the trickery and the deception that come from Jacob, it came from his mama. He was a mama's boy. All right, y'all mama boys better watch out. And his mama said, he said, look, if I deceive my daddy, then a curse will come upon me. And she said, let that curse be upon me. But where was she when war after war rose up? Where is she today now? They're still wrestling over the Gaza Strip. You have to be careful doing stuff, following behind what somebody else tell you to do and intercepting somebody else's blessing. Jacob, if his father had never opened his mouth and blessed him by deception, he still would have been blessed because God told his mother. He said, look, it's two nations that's within you and they wrestling, and the older nation is going to serve the younger nation. So they were going to be blessed. He already had the birthright. But for some reason, he wrestled even in the womb. He was a combative man. He was plain. He was approachable. But once he spawned that web, once you got caught up in it, you had to fight for your life. And this angel, he tangled with him until the breaking of day. But the Bible records something else that's strange. It says that until this day, that the children of Israel do not eat from the hollow of the thigh. Jacob was hurt in the process of being blessed. Are you willing to be hurt in the process of being blessed? Are you willing to be hurt to the point that your children remember your hurt? Are you willing to be hurt to that point? Are you willing to give up family because that hurts? Are you willing to give up material things because that hurts? What are you willing to give up? How bad do you want the blessing of the Lord? Jacob was blessed so much that to this day, his children live off of that blessing. But in the same token, to this day, because he couldn't stay in his lane, his children live off of a curse. telling the truth? For every positive you hear about Israel, do you not hear a negative about Israel? How bad do you want the blessing of God? And the Bible said that after he had wrestled with this angel, that he halted upon his leg. And so wherever he went and wherever he was seen, it was known that he had wrestled for that blessing. How many of you are willing to wrestle to the point where the blessing exudes? People can see that there's a clear difference about you. How bad